about live video, just in case we are live. We'll pretend like we think we're live. We know we're live. But
your background, I just want to do a connect the dots. There must be a message in that somewhere.
I think there is. Oh, we are live. Okay, cool. Sorry for that mix-up there, you guys. It's really hard to tell when you're live. But welcome, Mary, to the show.
Mary, welcome. You're here, and you are not frozen.
Yay!
That's great.
We're doing the freeze game.
You gotta love technology.
So before we get started, let's just all tell what our status is today, so everybody knows. Okay. So first of all, I was not able to make it into the office today, so I'm on my phone, which means I might play the freeze game, and also means that I might have to drop out and drop back in. What about you, Anita?
Well, today's been one of those days where I decided to get on my laptop, and technology-wise, I think I'm doing okay, but like physically-wise, I'm dealing with a little sniffles, a little clearing of the throat, and I got my tea. We're going to make it work. We're making it work.
Awesome. And what about you, Mary?
Well, I'm at the store as usual. I have a brick and mortar that I'm at, and it seems like I'm playing the freeze game, and that's okay. Technology's right here, and we'll just go along with it. So if I freeze, just make sure it looks good. Okay.
I'm going to try to freeze. I'm going to try to freeze like Mary. Every time she freezes, I'm going to get into that position no matter what we talk about. I'm just going to go in it.
Okay, you go
smiling.
for it.
Okay. If I keep smiling like this, here.
I need to get
At least get some Baba water. One of our sponsors, the Baba.
I wish
water.
I had readers. I need to get readers.
They're one of your sponsors and one of my sponsors too. I love Sababa, but we don't get it out here in Illinois. Oh man.
They're not my sponsor yet, but I gave them a shout out to make them a sponsor, so that way they'll be a sponsor. Whoa.
They will. They're great people.
So, well, you guys, welcome to Taco Tuesday. My name is Lynda West, and we're really excited to share with you this show today. So just want to let you all know in advance that we do have a somewhat of a script kind of thing that we put together to make sure that we kind of stay on track of what we're doing. And so to make sure we don't miss anything also, because I don't know about you guys, but when I do a live show, if I don't have not a script, but like a bullet point or something, I miss stuff all the time. So my name is Lynda West, and Taco Tuesday is brought to you by Living Live Media. So go like and follow at Living Live Media on Facebook. Taco Tuesday is a talk show that provides fun, positive, and uplifting content every Tuesday at 12 o'clock Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 8 p.m. UK time. I'm your host, Lynda Sunshine West from sunny, rainy San Diego. I'm building an ark, actually, because we've had 2 days of rain, solid. And I'm joined by my co-hosts, Anita Myers and Mary Ziola-Vega. So let's see, Mary, hit it.
All right. So I'm Mary Ziola-Vega, and I'm so excited to be here. It's so crazy. What a crazy day. This week has been so crazy. You think you've had a crazy week? Let me tell you. This week, it's only Tuesday, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've already had 2 calls. I do a thing called Empowering Athlete for Life. It's a big event. I've had 2 calls to go somewhere else, like in California. So I may be out there to see you, Lynda.
Awesome.
I know. I mean, California is really big, but where's Santa Cruz? Is it near you?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
All right. So that's what's going on this week. It's just been busy with all that stuff with one of my events coming up in Rockford, but excited to be almost in California. Woohoo!
That's awesome. So maybe a little bit later you can tell us a little bit about, what you're doing with athletes. And I forgot, see, I already missed something on the script, and I have a script. And that's what I want to thank our sponsors. So Steven, if you could show the sponsor card up on the screen there. Our sponsors today are Living Live Media and the Live Video Hub. So thank you so much for that. And go ahead and Anita, what's up?
Well, hello. My name is Anita Myers. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. And, I do want to thank you for joining us today and every Tuesday. If you are seeing us live, all I want you to do is put in the comments, you hashtag live, so we know you're watching it live. If you're seeing this on a replay because, you have to work or something came up or whatever the case is, go ahead and put hashtag replay, so at least we know that you got to watch it at some point today or tomorrow or the next day. We want to make sure that everyone that is watching it and we can enjoy and entertain you and get some entertainment from you. And then also, think about when you're tuning in, share your comments, share your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. And I think that is everything I want to share with you for this moment.
Okay, so Mary, you want to tell us about the show that we have planned for today?
I am so freaking excited about the show today. I just want to let you know that. I am. Woo, 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 woo. First of all, we have with us today is going to be Dave Austin. He is he's so awesome. And I'm going to read my little notes that I have because I don't want to miss a moment of this. To peak your performance, whether it be a Olympic athlete, a Navy SEAL, an Army Ranger, or an executive of a company, he is unbelievable in his sales. And what he does to get into your mental fortitude is just amazing. He's an extreme focus leader, Dave Austin, who engages in, I'm reading this a long time, I forget it, engages in the most conquering thing of your body is to get you into beast mode. Beast mode. Think about that. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
like mega.
It's like a big lion beast mode, right? And so Dave influences people like the LA Dodgers, Texas Rangers, US Olympians, United Football League, and so many more. Check out his website. It's at extremefocus.com, and his Facebook page, Extreme Focus, and then BAB 30-day training is his beast mode training for 30 days, which is freaking crazy. Hit him up, share him. You got it. When you guys meet him, you're going to feel this energy and excitement. You're going to be like, Dave, tell me more. Tell me more. Just wait till you guys meet him. He's awesome. Wait.
Yeah. And guess what? You might have to wait to meet him because he's not here yet. So.
Or maybe he's here and we just don't know. Like maybe it's a superhero kind of entrance that he's going to make. Beast mode's kind of big deal.
That's it. Let's see.
You got to feel the energy, you know.
Let's see. I haven't heard from him yet. Very interesting. So I have sent him a couple messages. So I talked to him earlier this morning. So I know he was planning on joining us, but we'll just go ahead and talk, ladies. Sorry for those
here, I'll tell you one thing he does, Lynda. Here he does. We'll get ourselves ready. Ready? He does game ready.
Okay, let's get game ready.
Game ready. All right.
What is game ready?
What he does.
She's going to tell us.
You. Here we go. All right. So what he does, he tells you, okay, take a deep breath in. Visualize walking through first of all, get yourself into this place where you want to visualize walking through a gate. And when you walk into the gate, you're going to walk into the best place you can think in nature. Like it might be a beach or the forest or whatever. And you're going to engulf all that. You're going to present yourself with it. Feel the water. Feel the beach flow. Feel all that go. Bring it in. Deep breath. Smell the ocean. Smell the forest, whatever. You get really silent with yourself. Now walk back in through that gate into life and go. Beast mode.
Okay. Whoa, bam.
That was really intense. That was an intense moment. I had an out-of-body experience over that one, Mary.
Oh, share.
Literally. When you said go, I left.
I love it. I love it. I mean, the whole thing, what he does, he gets you so intense. I know it's longer. He does a little bit longer. But he gets you so intense. He does it every Monday morning. Yeah. And he gets you thinking. That. Yeah. But my question, when he comes down here, I know we're talking about him. When he gets on there, I love nature.
Let's talk all about him. He's not here.
I know. I love nature.
Look, he's going to show up and we're going to say, we already did the show about you. We don't have to talk about you anymore. We talked all about you. You don't have to say a thing.
That's right. I agree. But being a sports person, my question is, why aren't we walking into a sportatorium or a game and we're hearing all the wow?
We got to do sound effects. That's going to be the next level of our talk show. We'll have sound effects.
Maybe he wasn't able to get into the stadium this morning. Maybe. I don't know.
He does it every Monday morning. It's pretty cool. It's called Game Ready. And
Game Ready.
Cool. And yeah. And then he has another thing called Aloha Friday with him and his son Shane.
Yeah. I love the idea of guided imagery. What you shared, there's like a term called guided imagery. There's probably other words for it too, but that's one that I recognized years ago. Once upon a time, I went through a trade show that was about mind, body, and spirit. And I was curious about it. And when I walked through the trade show forest and I came upon this one exhibitor, and she's like, "Come, I will show you." And I thought, "Oh, okay." Like my inner child's like, "Okay." Sat down, and she started to share with me just the whole guide. She guided me with my eyes closed, what you kind of did, but it was a much longer experience, like you even expressed.
Mm-hmm.
I have an imagination already, which is quite good, but I've never had anyone guide me into an imagination that would take me somewhere that would have me feeling really great or identifying things. It's a really good tool. So I'm glad that he shared that with you, and you shared that with us.
I'm going to share as you mentioned that, it reminded me of an experience that I had. Have either of you ever had like cryo freeze done to you, where they bring the temperature of your body down to like the 40s and 30s?
No,
I did.
No, I've heard about it, but I didn't know the details of it. So
what were you doing?
So,
tell us more.
Okay.
Yeah, tell us more. You're right. Tell us more.
So I'm going to tell you, first of all, let's say hi to Emma. Hi, Emma. Thank you so much for tuning in live.
Emma!
Excuse me.
Hi, Emma.
But so this cryo freeze, they put you in like a box, your head is showing, and you have a robe when you go in, then you take the robe off it so your whole entire body can experience that freezing temperature. And they bring the temperature down to really, really low. I don't know exactly what the temperature is in the box, but your body temperature, the idea is to have your body temperature drop about 30 degrees, if I remember correctly. They want you to have it drop. So there's like healing properties that happen when we have our body temperature go to an extreme low temperature. So it's like 3 minutes long. And here's what they do. You're in your robe. You go in this little chamber. They close the door. You take the robe off. You send it outside, like out of like this little hole through your head, because your head has to stay out. Oh my gosh. And then they start dropping the temperature. So you get cold, and then you get colder and colder and colder. And I think it's 3 minutes long, and I only made it like a minute the first time. I say first time because I did go back for a second time. So I made it only a minute because what happened was my head literally felt like it was going to explode. My blood pressure shot up to like 170 over 130. And I have a very good blood pressure normally. It just skyrocketed. So I felt like my head was going to explode. So.
Okay.
Let me tell the whole story and then ask the questions
because I got a million, so keep going.
Okay. So I'm on their email list, right? Because I went to the one time and they sent me a birthday present. And the birthday present is you get to come for free and then just bring some of your friends for $25 each. So I was like, okay, I'm doing it again because I have to make it through this. And there's a reason I'm telling you this story because it's talk about your guided imagery. So what happened is I showed up the next time and I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm psyching myself out. And then when I got in the chamber, what I noticed is that there's music playing and it was 80s music. Now I'm an 80s chick, my bar hopping days were in the 80s. And so the first time what happened is the guy kept talking to me, trying to ask me questions and get my mind averted from the freezing process. Well, it got me more nervous because he was talking to me. So this time I said, hey, turn the music up. I'm just going to sing and dance the entire time. So he did. He turned the music up and I was singing really, really loud. And I was in the box. They couldn't see me dancing, but like I was dancing and I made it. Not only did I make it the whole 3 minutes, I literally could have made it probably another 5 or 6 more minutes because my mind was in a place where my happy place is music land. That's my happy place. So it was so cool. So cool. Oh, my body temperature got down to 38 degrees.
Why? That's my question. Why would you do that? What is the benefit of why would you do that?
We're going to have a whole nother show again about guided imagery and cryotherapy.
Well, I want to know why you would go get yourself.
Yeah, just why.
We live in Chicago. We don't even
like you're talking to people that are like, we want to get away from the cold when it's in like 30s and you're going down
intentionally.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's different because it's dry coldness, so your body reacts differently to it, and it goes down to like a cellular level, the core and all this stuff. So why did I do it? Only because this group that I belong to, a mastermind group, the leader of our mastermind invited us all to go, and everybody went, and I was like, okay, I'll go. That was the only reason I went. Why did I do it the second time?
What's the benefit on your body?
Okay. Okay, so the real benefits.
You
from my
probably have an
understanding-
out-of-body experience. You die like 5 times and you come back to life refreshed as a brand new person.
Exactly. So Mary, you should actually check into this because this is athletes use this all the time.
Mary's like, no way.
No. I'm not saying
go
you
ahead,
have to
Lynda.
do
I'm
it.
sorry. Go right
No,
ahead.
I'm not saying you have to do it. No, I just mean check it out because extreme athletes use this cryotherapy on a regular basis. Some of them will go use it like 3 or 4 times a week because after you run a marathon or after you do a triathlon, after you do some extreme sport, what happens is when you go and experience this cryotherapy, it helps you heal a lot faster. So because your body and your muscles, everything breaks down after you do these extreme sports. And so it really helps to heal faster. So that's why you might want to do it.
Well, I think it would be better than an ice bath because I don't know if you've ever been to an ice bath. It's when they have a big tub that sits really high. They fill it all with ice and you put your body in it. I mean, you don't have a time for it to heat up, to cool down or anything. You just throw your body in it. So I think something like that, first of all, you wouldn't be wet cold. And second of all, maybe dry cold. So I'll have to look into it. I'll give you that much, Lynda. I'll look into it.
Well, so here's the thing too, is that my understanding is wet cold and dry cold are totally different. They serve 2 different purposes. Whereas the dry cold, it actually goes into the cellular level faster. Wow. So it's able to help the heal faster. Plus it's only 3 minutes long. So it's like a 3-minute session, and you get in the box, you're out of the box and you're done.
So do you have to, this is a real question because I just want to talk about things in a way that I want to laugh about it. I just can't help it.
Mary's wasn't real.
Wait a minute here. No, mine was real. I'm already freezing thinking of it. So yeah.
Yeah, like that happened to me. I was like, okay, so the true question is, you said in your description that you have good blood pressure. Does one have to first get an assessment of their health before they go into something like this? If they have bad blood pressure or their heart's not working so great, or, they've got some blood circulatory problems.
Well, they don't tell you to do that. I can say that. And you do, of course, you sign a waiver. And I don't know if it was a death waiver.
What does it say in that waiver?
I know. I didn't look to see if it was a death waiver, but
I know. They have a death waiver in the jump zone, I think. I don't even know.
I know, really.
You just sign your child away, and you look at these little fine prints, I'm telling you, and you will see it says death in there somewhere.
Oh my God.
I'm sure it does. I didn't read it that closely. I just signed. I'm one of those.
I'm one to talk, though. I am one to talk, Lynda. I'm just teasing you because, we know in Chicago that there's the polar, I was going to say express, the polar jump, the polar.
Yeah, the polar jump. Yeah. No, it's a polar jump.
It's called polar jump?
Yeah.
The polar bear jump, right?
No, I'm saying it wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong. Someone's making fun of me right now in Chicago. How do you not know this? But it's where you get in the water in Lake Michigan and you got to do that dive, that thing. And I couldn't do it. I can't watch that without.
That's a good thing though, Anita. That's for Special Olympics. So that's a whole different game.
Well, no, that's fine. But I'm saying that we can't really make fun of that situation of what she did because we have that. People do that here where they get into the water where it's ice cold to come out, and they do say that there's actual benefits to that. And on the opposite end, I go and work out. And when I'm done working out, what do? Just the opposite. I go into the sauna and I sit there in that sweltering heat. And there's good benefits to that too. I wonder if there's a benefit to going into the sauna and then going into the cryotherapy. What would happen to one?
Yeah, you treat like a raisin. You look like a raisin when you're done. No, wait, you guys, wait. What is that whole thing about the hot yoga?
I can't do hot yoga.
Let's talk about that.
I can't do hot yoga.
That's
okay.
I'm just trying to do yoga, and I don't know when it'll get to the hot level. I'm definitely not at that level.
Before we go on, though, Emma did mention that you should just jump in Lake Michigan.
Polar plunge. That's what it's called.
That's it. Polar plunge.
Polar plunge.
I knew I was saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary.
Yes, Emma. That was Emma. Thanks, Emma.
Emma, yes, Emma. Yeah. So
Polar
plunge. What is this hot yoga? And is it like HOT or is it HAWT? Like when you're like, I'm so hot, I do yoga. Like,
no, it's hot, like where you live, 115 degrees.
I can't remember the temperature because I don't do it, but I know that they raise the heat in the room to a high temperature. See, now I don't want to look it up. But they do raise it to a higher temperature, and you're sweating. I mean, you're sweating and doing yoga. And right now I sweat just doing yoga, so I don't need to go and sweat on top of.
Exactly.
I'm just learning it. Like I've done it before, but I'm getting back into it, and it's always a struggle in the beginning, you know.
I just sweat watching it.
Well, that's the thing is, if you're doing yoga, right? You have shoes and socks on, or no shoes or socks, right?
No shoes or socks.
Okay,
no.
So if your feet are sweaty from you doing this hot yoga because you're sweating, aren't you like sliding all over the floor?
Yeah, good luck. I have no idea, but I know that there are friends that do it. I don't know how they do it, but they're like advanced. Yeah. And there's some benefit to it. There is a benefit to it. I mean, you're not going to figure that benefit from me because I don't know about that.
Wait, they're advanced hotties.
Yeah, exactly.
High level hotties right there.
I think they should have fall yoga where you're out in the fall. It's fall weather. It's very nice. It's really just really, beautiful day.
Yeah, that's just called yoga.
It's too hot and too cold. Well, no, I don't want to sweat. I just want to go there and
you could just, you know what, Mary, you can create that. There's no name for it, but now we could call it fall yoga.
Falling for yoga.
Or what if we called it 70-degree yoga?
Wait, we can call it Sam. Sunshine, Anita, Mary. Sam yoga.
Sam yoga.
There you go.
Where it goes down low to the cryotherapy level of degree, and then it goes all the way up to like fall.
I can't even imagine. Oh man. Well, I'm really disappointed that Dave didn't grab on.
Yoga and figure out what kind of yoga we need to really create.
Dave, where are you? Save us, Dave.
I know, right?
Going into the rabbit hole of yoga and cryotherapy. What's going on?
Yeah, I did.
Well, you know what?
Just so you know.
Okay, well, let's talk about something a little bit different then, since we don't have Dave here today, you guys. We're still hoping he'll show up because if he shows up, we're bringing him on. Because 5 minutes with Dave, you're going to be blown away. Truly, he will take you into beast mode. Okay, well, we mentioned beast mode, and you mentioned doing the game ready and stuff. So why don't you guys share, and you in the audience too? You're watching live or watching the replay. What animal would you see yourself as? Like, if you were in full-on beast mode, what animal would that be for you?
Mary, go.
I already know this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
what is yours?
It would be a lion. Oh yeah, I mean it would be a full on load lion. Here goes my mane. Here goes my mane. Here it goes. I see what's ahead of me. I am stalking it. I'm watching it. I'm going for it, and bam! I'm a lion.
You're a lion.
And you ain't lying.
Hey, Abigail, good to see you today.
We need a sound effect. Da, 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 da.
Okay. So what animal, what about, are you ready, Anita, or should I go?
No, I'm ready, okay. But I'll let you go because I want to hear what yours is.
Cheater, pumpkin eater. No, mine would be, let's see. Oh, Abigail says she can't see herself as an animal.
Aww.
You're a beast, lady. Abigail, you are a beast. You're awesome. Okay, so mine, I'm gonna say a cheetah.
Ooh.
Because you got the spots behind you.
Yeah, I got the spots behind me. But a cheetah is the fastest land animal, and a cheetah can outrun, and they're smart. They are smart, and they can outrun and outsmart any of their prey, but only for about a mile. So I got to just make sure I run really, really fast, and my beast mode is on, because you know what? I am on a freaking freight train this year, and I am on a cheetah freight train to success. Yeah, boy. So there I go. And they're so cute. Oh my God, they're so cute.
Do we dab anymore? Is dabbing gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
Dabbing?
It's like I'm doing the Macarena now instead of back in the 90s. Hey, God. I'll catch up.
Hey, Macarena.
My daughter's going to catch me up to what's going on now. What's the new dance? First it was dab, then it's Fortnite.
Yeah, that you did the other day, Linda.
Yeah.
The flossing? The flossing's done.
It is?
Oh, already?
Yes, I was told by a youngster.
Oh.
You're just trying to buy time so you don't have to tell us what animal you're gonna.
Yeah,
Oh
she
no,
didn't
no.
know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
tell
hear
you. No, I wanted to
can I
make sure I
guess?
had the name right. I wanted to make sure I had the name right.
Can I
Oh,
guess?
Google search. Okay.
Well, I had to upgrade to beast mode. I had beast, but I was thinking beast mode. So the beast in the standard one is a Black Panther. I love a Black Panther. Love, love, love.
Uh-huh.
But I went to beast mode, and that is, if anyone has ever seen the movie Avatar, there's that one beast. That's beast mode, and it's called a Thanator. If anyone knows the Thanator in the movie, there's that one scene where he's like talking to this other beast, and he's like the character, I forgot his name, Jake Sully. Jake Sully's talking to this beast. He's like, "Yeah, you think you got something? Oh yeah, you better keep walking." And the thing is this beast is backing up because the beast behind Jake Sully is this ginormous, like, he looks like a Black Panther, but he's got like 5 or 6 legs, and he's got things coming out of his head, his neck. He was just, when I saw it, I remember when I was in the theater, of course I saw it like 3D, whatever, the big screen, IMAX. When I saw that beast, because I have a thing for Black Panther, I grabbed the seats. I was like, oh my gosh, I want that as a pet. I love it so much. I'm going to love it and hold it and care for it. So yeah, that's my favorite. That's my beast. I went beast mode in that, but yeah, if I had to be an animal on Earth, it would be, or if my favorite animal, that would be the Black Panther. They're just
The Black Panther.
Isn't it funny how we all pick cats?
Oh, that is
Right,
funny
we
because
did.
I don't like cats. I don't like cats.
You don't?
Anita
Sorry.
does. Anita's
Well,
a cat lady.
maybe you subconsciously do. We got to do a guided imagery on that, Mary. Will you take her to a place of cats?
No.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, that's
Hey,
really
lady,
interesting because
you can do
you did pick the cheetah. You did that. You did it.
Yeah.
There must be something in there. I do love cats, but I've always been a dog person, and
Me too.
for the circumstances I was in, I had dogs, and then I had a cat, and then I got another cat because I wanted the one cat to take care of the other cat so that they don't ask for my help all the time. And now I got a stray that showed up on my house earlier this summer, and now I have a third cat. So
Anita?
I'm becoming the cat lady.
Yes, Anita, that is the definition of the beginning of it.
I know.
That's the definition of the beginning.
They're all talking. All the cats in the area are talking to one another, and they're going to stage the next one. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try to keep it together.
They're going to keep showing up on your porch going, Anita.
It really, they tugged at my heart.
I've been called out by Abigail. She says, "What? Cats are the best." I'm like, I knew I shouldn't have said it out loud. But I did. Well,
is that
actually,
Abigail Cunningham? Is that who it is?
no, Abigail Guadarrama Dill. She's a lady I know here in San Diego. But
okay.
Emma,
I just saw it. I could just see it.
Emma also selected Black Panther.
All
so
right.
Oh,
Black
hey,
Panther-
I've got a
Panther
friend.
for the win.
I love it. I love it.
Cat crew.
Emma's my new friend.
Yes, Emma,
You're
she's
awesome.
awesome. I see. And Abigail said that beast was too scary for her. I really loved that movie Avatar, but it's been 3 or 4 years or so, and I don't really remember a whole lot about it except for my the feelings. Like the
Hey,
feelings
it's
that
my husband. Hi. Do you see him? That's so nice. Well,
Hi,
hello.
Brian.
Aw, he told everybody that he loves you.
Aw, thank you, Brian.
you.
You're amazing. I think he met you.
No, it's okay.
I
He
think
loves
the whole
everybody.
thing about that movie, that Avatar movie, was the cinematic. How do you say it? How they did it.
Cinematography?
Yeah, all that. But even just watching it is just so. Your eyes are like, wow, that's crazy. My one daughter dressed up as that for a Halloween costume one year, and she really went all out, right? Put all that stuff
That's
on.
awesome.
And she said, you can't imagine as an actor or an actress having that blue stuff on you the whole time, even though you're in front of a green screen, etc. But Lynda, you're out in California, you meet actors all the time. That would be a really great question to ask someone: is how can they handle all that makeup doing that all that time? Right?
Ooh, that's a great question. I'll ask that when I'm on the red carpet. I'll ask
You
that.
got
That'd be, that's cool.
You got it. That's
Yeah,
just
Brian says,
think-
love you more.
Oh gosh, he's gonna play that game. He's like, yeah, he's like Ross and I'm Rachel. That whole thing from Friends.
Oh, okay.
But when it comes to Avatar, I know that if you were to watch it again, because I watched it back then, but I watched it again with my daughter for I just wanted to watch it. I don't know. When you watch it again, it's still amazing. And I know in Disney, am I right? In Disney World, yeah, they have an area where there's the Avatar ride. And so if you ever decide to go to Florida, Disney World, they have the area of Pandora and everything lights up at night. I'm sure anyone who's gone there, you know what I'm talking about. In the daytime, it looks like how it does in the daytime in Pandora. And at night, the way they lit it up, it looks like it's all glowing. And then you finally get to the ride and it's a feeling like you take a ride like what you've seen in the movie where you're on one of those ekrans. I can't believe this is coming out of the files of my brain.
I know. I can't believe you know that stuff.
And you're soaring through this whole CGI experience. It was so great. I wish I could take that ride over and over and over again. So if you are fans of that, anyone out there who is, and you haven't done it yet, that is definitely something to do. That was awesome.
Well, do they have like virtual reality glasses that you wear through the ride?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So
I just
cool.
could not imagine.
It's amazing. So awesome. You leave you're going, and then the whole setup. You know how Disney will go all out to take you through the story. So the whole thing was just, if you have never seen it and you go through it, and you are a fan, you will so appreciate it. It's great for the imagination. It really hits your heart, and it's a great experience. Disney needs to now sponsor Taco Tuesday.
I've never been there.
Yeah, there we
Maybe
go.
they can sponsor us and give us a trip. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I've
just
never been there,
name-dropped
so
Disney,
I would
man.
like
Let's go.
I would like to go there. So I think we should do that.
Yeah, I've never been to Florida, let alone Disney World, but I've been to Disneyland. I grew up 2.5 hours
I wonder
from
if they have it there. I
Disneyland.
don't know if they have it at Disneyland. Maybe they do. I don't know.
I haven't been in a long time. My Disney friends, I have a lot of crazy Disney friends. Do you guys have any crazy Disney friends where you're like,
Yes.
oh, come on, get over it already?
They go every year. Yes. And
Or
I don't
they
know
have,
if it's
like-
crazy. It's their thing, but I mean, yeah, they go every year. It's their thing. They
But they have everything Disney in
have
their house,
family
like
and
Disney cookie jars, Disney cups, Disney whatever. I mean, and then you get Disney gifts from them for Christmas. I'm like, come on, get over this. What is the whole thing with Disney? I know I'm probably get terrible comments here, but really, what is?
like there's going to be at least 50% of the population of the show is not going to like you anymore. No, you know what?
Hey,
You know what?
explain.
There you go. Steven put up, think less, live more. Yes, exactly. Through Disney. You can live through Disney.
That's right.
Well, see, because I'm here, like literally we're 2.5 hours from Disneyland. I have friends who go 3 or 4 times a month.
What?
Like they literally will we're going to Disneyland again. I'm like, what can you do so many times? But they love it. Absolutely. Like they wear the ears, they're my age. They're 55 years old,
They don't. Do they have children or just themselves?
No, just themselves.
They just love it.
They'll get a group of them to go, and I know men that are like that way too. And I think Disneyland is really cool, but I don't know. I just don't have that same bug, which I think is good because think of all the money I'm saving by not going to Disneyland 3 or 4 times a month.
Yeah, that's definitely, if they can afford to do it and they're happy, then I'm happy. I can see even in the Chicagoland area. I think it's actually it's in Wisconsin, so it's not a far drive. But Renaissance Fair. So
I've never been to one.
Lynda, if you ever come out here, I think you're going to love it. It's normally in the summertime, but I hear Renaissance Fair, and I still hear, we have a Renaissance Fair and we have Six Flags Great America. So
and Wisconsin Dells.
Wisconsin Dells. And
right
folks will go there all the time. I know with the Renaissance Fair, I only went for the first time last year. I went for the first time. And the number of people I've been speaking to, they get kind of nerdy about it. They love it. And nerdy meaning it's not a bad thing. That's that just became their go-to for imagination. And they kind of can free themselves there versus anywhere else.
Right. Did they dress up and all that for that Renaissance?
They dress up. Most of the people
up?
there dress up. See, I can see you. I could totally see Lynda dressed up.
Yeah.
Like a Maid Marian and just kind of going through the whole, and they all talk. They're all in character. They talk and their accent, and they get so into
Robin
it.
Hood. Robin Hood.
I can
Where
so
are
see you
my
doing
Robin
it.
Hood.
Anita, did you dress up when you went?
No, the first time I thought to myself, my daughter actually and her girlfriend decided to dress up, but you could dress up that there was a theme to it, like monsters and something. And so they went as zombies, but me and my husband, we just kind of went. We wanted to just see what everyone's talking about, because all the years I've lived here all my life and I never went. And my husband's been here for 20 some years. He's never gone. And we wanted to see it. And when we went, we felt so, not their fault, but we felt left out. Like we felt like we weren't. We need to come. We need to dress up. Like the next time they've got costumes in stores that are just so gorgeous. I remember saying to my husband, I'm like, I should have bought that and got married in it. It's so beautiful. They have these beautiful gowns, and just back in the medieval times, that kind of whole feel. I didn't know I liked it so much until I saw it, but definitely something to do if you've never done it before. Now medieval times need to sponsor you. Yeah. We have got to start writing lists of people that we're talking about, name dropping all day long.
There you go.
Hey, before we go a little bit,
sorry, go ahead.
Before we go a little bit further, I just want to, read some of the comments down there. I want to welcome Kristen Miracle is joining us. Emma says, my sister-in-law, they go almost every day to Disneyland. Oh my God. And then Abacus says, I like Disneyland, but not crazy about it. And then, let's see. Emma says she loved the Renaissance Fair. Cedar City, Utah usually has it yearly. And awesome. Every day.
I couldn't go every day, but if that floats your boat, that's good too.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? We're all different. There's different things that different people like. There's things that I do that people think I'm crazy, and I'm quite all right with that.
Now I'm just thinking, like, what would I want to do every single day and I'd have fun going there? I have to think about that, because they found what works for them. I just don't know what I'd want to. I
know mine.
What's yours?
And it might, and I'm not going to even say that what I was going to say. I'm going to say what I was going to say. What I was going to say is that, and some people might be like, well, and that is crazy, because I literally could go to conferences every single day and just learn and meet new people. I get such an energy, extremely high energy when I do that.
Hey! Sorry, Lynda. We just saw someone pop in. Beast mode.
Oh my God!
Are you at the Verizon store?
I'm in a back room at a Verizon store. You will not believe what I have gone through the last several hours to join you ladies.
Oh!
I know I'm late, but if you hear the story, it's perfect for goal
Let's
setting.
hear it.
Let's hear it.
But you know what? First day, before we go there, I want to thank you so much for doing that, like being so diligent about it. I feel blessed and honored that you really pushed through. No, I'm serious. Like, this is awesome, because a lot of people might have been like, screw it, we'll just do it some other day or whatever. Plus, you're advertising for Verizon. They might be a sponsor.
I know. I can't believe that.
So now we got to put Verizon down as a sponsor. We got a lot of names here.
I said, you guys have finally been my savior. You get a little bit of love, So I'm going to use this as goal setting, because it really is. To achieve goals, it's the value you put on that goal if you're going to achieve it. So you guys asked me to be on this show, right? So this is curveball after curveball has happened. I'm in Nashville, and I'm here. I'm still going to be on the show. I said I would be. Now, when I said yes to you, I wasn't planning to be in Nashville, but I'm in Nashville. So, you just adjust. If I give my word, and my word is incredibly important to me, I will find a way. Wait till you hear the way I finally hit this show. You're going to be, I'm crazy that way. That's the only way I know how to hit goals. And you might get curves, but if you value it, I value my word so much that for me to be a no-show was just not acceptable. Was not acceptable. So I started, believe it or not, this morning. Here's what first happened. My iPhone is missing. And that's, I live everything with my phone. Yep. I'm in Denver, right? So I'm like, and no one can find it anywhere. I did everything I could. So I have no way to call people, anything. I had to, then you have to just think, all right, how do I move forward? Well, old dogs can lose trick. I learned how to do Messenger on voice calls today, and I never knew you could do that.
Right.
I wanted to be sure I was still sitting with you, and I went out on a mission to get my phone. Well, it led me down a path that I never got it. But in the process, I had my laptop in case I got messed up. Well, guess what? I didn't bring my cord. So my battery went out. All right, so I go to the Operaland, to the huge shopping center. And now I still have hours away, but I thought, well, I should eat. I'm going, no, I'm not going to eat. I'm going to get this all fixed out before. And I still have not eaten because this is what happened. So I go through this whole mall to see if I can get my laptop charged. I was down to the last few little beats of it, and nothing I could do. So I looked to see where a Apple Store is or Best Buy. Best Buy was a little bit closer. I still had time, and so not having my GPS, I had I put it into my laptop how to get there. I go out to my car, and that's when it died. So now I no longer have even to look at this. So if there's a will, there's a way, right? So you have to take a breath, go, okay, this is not working. I promise I still have time to pull this off. So I drive back to my hotel. I know this sounds really crazy, but my laptop charger is not there. So I'm missing my iPhone and my laptop charger. I'm like, okay, come on, you gotta be kidding me. You could say, I'm not meant to be on this show, but I didn't say that. I said there's no excuse. Sometimes I'll say the worse than an excuse is a good excuse. I'm thinking, okay, what do I do? So I go to the front desk. I have them the old-fashioned way print out the directions to get to a Best Buy, about a half hour away. So I'm going to get to Best Buy 10 minutes before this show. I'm thinking, okay, I'm still pulling this off. And as I'm driving and I'm trying to read the instructions, which we're not used to, it's not telling where to go. It's very confusing here. I mean, anyway, I barely make it. I get into Best Buy, 10 minutes, baby. I'm going, got this. I got it. And I get over and I plug in my phone. I say, do you mind if I just get down on my knees here? I'm going to do the show right here. And they looked at me like, yeah, you're good with that, right? And they go, yeah, okay. So I'm all set up. Their Wi-Fi is so bad I couldn't plug in. And they go, oh, by the way, our Wi-Fi sucks. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's Best Buy.
You're a electronic store. Come on. So I can give up at that point because now it's 2:00. I'm going, nah, I'm not going to give up. I just can't do that. It's just not in me. What do I do? You have to just keep thinking and adapt as you go. I'll buy a frickin' other cord, $80. I just paid for this brand new cord. And then, okay, where am I getting Wi-Fi? There's a Starbucks a mile down the road. I said, psh. I get into Starbucks, I get this package undone, set it all up. The Wi-Fi, I think, is not working at Starbucks. Nothing works.
Oh, no.
And I'm going, okay. At this point, I'm getting like, okay, I'm not supposed to be on the show. I'm finally kind of maybe giving in. But I'm just like, no, it's not right. It's only a half hour. I know it was an hour show. And there happens to be a Verizon store right next to the Starbucks. And I go in there and I said, hey, guys, can I just use your Wi-Fi? Starbucks is not working. Do you mind if I have to be on a show right now. You guys go, well, they'll be talking and things. And the one guy goes, well, we got a back room. I said, let's take me to the back room. I plug in, I kid you not, and I can't get online. I said, you got to text me. So I had one of the guys text me, and somehow when it went out, it locked me out of being able to get online. And so I had to go through, figured it out. Guess what? I'm here. So the first part, because I know you wanted to interview me, but I know you had said it's about goals.
Yeah.
I very much use in the moment. Didn't know this moment was going to be quite as tough. But there are some other aspects of goals. But I think something that I think everyone should know is that what is the value you put on that goal? Because what happens, I work with very elite athletes. I work with top executives and the military and all that. So if you have two people and they both have the same goal and they both have the same background, they both have the same opportunity, one goes to the top, the other one doesn't. What's the difference? Why? If everything's the same, what is the difference? It's their value system. And what I mean by that is we sometimes don't understand our own value system. We say we value this goal. We value this goal. But then it starts to get out of your comfort zone. You go, well, actually, I value my comfort zone more than I do the goal. This is willing to go through whatever it is. So I guess if you look at me in this same situation I just gave you, I mean, I could have given up many, many times along this path. And I started this hours ago. I mean, hours ago. I didn't.
What a journey, Dave Austin.
Wow. That I'm anything special. It's just that I value my word so much that I will find a way to do it no matter what. I set a goal years ago, and I've learned, I was a world ranked tennis player, but I was never one of the top because I didn't understand how I self-destructed. These are hidden things within us that, you become more aware. As I became more aware of the things that stopped me, I decided, okay, on the senior tour, I'm going to be number one. Number one is it. The year before I had been number 3 and I said, that's unacceptable. I'm number 1. So my goal was so strong that I had match moments where I could have given in. I mean, absolutely given in. But I went, no, my goal is 1. And if I lose this match, I was 3 the year before because I lost 1 match. I said, I'm not going to do that again. I would somehow find a way. Somehow I'd find a way, and I ended up number 1. So it taught me a lot about conviction of the heart, so to speak. And how important is it to you that you achieve your goal? Now, when I say all that, I want to give people a little bit more of a help here, because in our Beast training program, we have a system. And if you don't have a system, hitting a goal is much harder. A lot of people nowadays, a lot of the, everyone says, well, goals, don't really mean anything. And that's kind of a popular thing. BS. Goals are important.
Yep.
But you don't want to lose the sight of your life trying to achieve your goal. It's about the process and enjoying the process. Yesterday, I'm here in Nashville. I had lunch with Ben Zobrist. Ben Zobrist was the MVP for the Chicago Cubs in the World Series. And, there she goes. A little fun there. But what most people don't know is that, so he achieves to become the MVP of the World Series for the Cubs. The Cubby curse is over. The year before, he powered Kansas City to the win at the World Series. So most people, and this is new information, I think he's fine if I do it publicly, but he went into deep depression. Now, that sounds crazy, doesn't it? You've just been the MVP of the World Series, but he didn't know where to go from there. He had to really go deep, and he had a really challenging year in 2017. But what he did is he established new goals, and he established a new way of going after the goals. So the results no longer were going to be the thing that he was so possessed with. Because if you're so possessed with that, you go 0 for 4, you're like depressed. Well, he had already been at the very top. So he shifted into, I'm going to really enjoy the fact that I'm 37 years old and I'm playing baseball. I'm playing really good money. If I go 0 for 4, it doesn't define me. It's not who I am. Who I am as a person is a loving father, husband. And as a result, he had some of the best results he had in his whole career. He had over 300. He was in the top 10 of all the hitters. Now he goes into 2019. And the interesting thing is we're talking about is that where does he want to go from here? How does he want to use, what is his value now? What he values is being the MVP of the World Series and having impact on other people. How am I going to help other youth achieve their goals? And that's an awesome, exciting project that we're going to be working towards. And that's what puts me on.
Well, I have a question on that, Dave, because when you said that, you mentioned that, he basically got to the penultimate, right? He had his goal that was the top. Like, where can you go from there? And then oftentimes what happens, though, is what I hear is that a lot of people who retire from a job for a long time, a lot of them die shortly after retirement. Like, they literally retire themselves. Do you think that it has anything, like, is there a correlation between the two, like not setting goals for after retirement?
Absolutely. If you're going to retire, man, set some new goals to go after. Adjust and go, because I've seen it. It happens all the time. Like, I'm very fortunate. I've been working with the military for some time, but we're starting the USO tour right now, beginning. I've been working on it for 3 years, and it's taking transitioning soldiers into civilian life. They're going to go into the business world. But what happens is a little different than they're retiring from the service, but they're moving into a different direction. But without the support system, without any kind in place, suicide, very low self-esteem, you just go through a real challenge. And so my program is to help them transition in and own who they are, understand they have tremendous gifts, and then how are they going to use their gifts in this world. So we've got this whole program. We have it's called the Beast Trigger audio system. So they have it 24/7. But I'll be going to bases on behalf of the USO and present, so they can see that, hey, I just have to look at things differently. Now I'll take it back to what you just said. Someone retires and they're just now retired. If you don't have some kind of reason for living, it is. I've seen it happen very many times. So, fine. If you're going to retire, do something that you're going to serve someone else. Do something that's going to have an impact. My mom is 92, and she's vibrant at 92 because she has me as a son who's not going to let her slow down. I know that if she does, I'll lose her. And so she does a lot, but it keeps her alive, it keeps her vibrant, and it keeps her feeling that I'm important. So many of us, in life. Go ahead. You have something to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have a real quick question, Dave. Your beast mode program is 30 days. Do you think 30 days is enough time to change you into that beast mode, or does it just get you a launching pad, or what does that happen?
That's a good question. I think it's just a launching pad. It's just the beginning. It's, there's so many people out there on programs of mental performance that, hey, do this and everything's roses. I think it's a bunch of bull. Personally, I think that mental performance is a daily practice. The 30 days teaches you daily practices that now you know how to start doing it on a daily basis. I relate so much to sports. If I just make it finally, say in baseball, we're talking about, to the major leagues, it doesn't like, oh, I can quit now. I now know how to play. I'm a Major League Baseball player. I don't need to practice anymore.
Right.
No, you do the opposite. Mental performance is no different. I have people who have been through our 30-day challenge 23 times, and we've only done it 23 times. Why? Because it's constantly growing. And it's learning how. It's one thing to know something, then it's another to actually do it, and then there's a next step is to be it. And I constantly ask myself every day, who am I going to be today? Who am I going to be today? Because then I keep expanding. If I ever come on a show and I go, hey, guys, I got it all figured out. Just, I got all the answers. Shut me off. We lost it. Because it's a constant. I love learning every day. That's the biggest gift I have, is that what new can I learn today? I get to, like tonight, I get a chance. Nashville found out I was in town. It's a funny town. I've also had a fairly big, successful, in the music career. Mental performance has been my mission in life, but I also, got the Presidential Merit Award from the Grammys. I've written the most popular book in songwriting ever written, sold over 500,000 copies. So word got out, and so they got the whole music industry. I'm going to be speaking to them tonight, but I'll speak more about mental performance. Because that's how anything. I don't care what profession it is. These tools. So before you go on, I want to just say. So one of the things when I said a system, we do it in our Beast training is that, okay, take 5 things that you want to achieve that you can achieve. We call make it doable. Get momentum going. In fact, Tony Bodo, who you might know, who's I love Tony. He says, number one, what he put was write 10 goals. And then he goes, hey, baby. Write it, you get started. And the next 4 are what I call your stretch goals. You're going to stretch. You're not sure how you're going to do it, but you're going to stretch. You're going to look to stretch in. And then the last one, the one we call your big kahuna. Don't have a clue how we're going to do it, but I would love to do it. And that way, it's just kind of, you're serving each other as, yourself as you're on the journey. And you might not hit the big kahuna, but one more example is that I have a client that said, the new company, we're going to do $1 million in business this year. Great. That was a goal. That was his big kahuna. Wasn't even close. And so you might look and go, oh, man, what was I thinking? But it's totally different. For him, because I coach him, is that he realized he had to change some things. If they were going to do $1 million in business, they had to do something different. And so they figured it out. If he hadn't had the goal, so instead of going, oh man, we weren't even close, we're failures. It's like, you know what? We now have moved into that's a real number we can hit. So you look at everything, even the challenges, and go, oh, how did this help me? And then you see that. So you have your victories and your challenges, but all of them can be moving you towards your ultimate goal. So I don't have 1 year goal. I have 5-year goals. I know I can't hit some things, that quick. I'll shut up for a moment. You can put your hands on.
Well, I want to let people know how they can get in touch with you. So first of all, you guys,
I don't have a phone. I barely got on this. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I've set up a messenger bot.
Huh?
So, okay, you guys, it's my turn. Okay. So I've set up a messenger bot. So if you want to connect with any of us here on the show, with me, Mary, Anita, or Dave, or any of the guests, type the word talk, TALK, in the comments below, and then my messenger bot will send you a message, and you'll be able to click their links. So, for example, Dave, I have you set up for people to go to extremefocus.com, as well as to your Facebook page on Extreme Focus. But then you also have a BAB 30-day training that's on your Facebook as well, right?
Well, yeah, and I would tell you, I still have room on my personal one. I have no problem having them come to Dave Austin. Now, there's a Dave Austin public figure one. I never go to it, to be honest with you. That's a waste of time. My private one, or whatever, there's a picture of myself and my wife. That's the one that if you really want to interact with me on Facebook, that's the one to interact with me on. And, it still has space. I can carve it up somewhere around 4,000, so I can still have another 1,000. That's the only Facebook I really pay attention to. The Extreme Focus one, I do to a point, but I find that, so Extreme Focus we do post, but I'm more active on just my own personal one. Okay, cool. So I'm going to add that right now to the messenger bot. So you guys type the word talk if you want to connect with Dave. He's really, really awesome, as you can tell. So
Emma's asking a question. Oh, go ahead, Mary. I'm going to let you go. You've been wanting to go, so I'll ask it in a second. But I saw what Emma's asking. Okay. I'll go ahead and bring that up later.
Okay, real quick. My question today was this: we did Game Ready. We did a very, very mini version of Game Ready. But here's my biggest question. I wanted to ask you. We did very many. So here's my biggest question I want to ask you, Dave. Why do you have people walking through the gate into nature instead of like me? I would walk into the gym and get the gym and get the noise. Why do you pick nature instead of like a sports arena or something else?
That's a great question. Don't worry, we'll come back to what animal I am in a moment. But it's because I believe that there's a strength in nature that we don't really understand until you open up to it. And, Emerson said, if you want true wisdom, take a walk in the woods. Yeah. And I went to where Emerson wrote. I went to the woods. And that's just where I live. Where I live in Utah it's amazing how beautiful it is. And, maybe we should be able to hear God's voice wherever we are. I just say there's a better speaker system here. And when you get into
I love that.
I want you to get away from all the crap or whatever it is. When you're going into competition, or you're going into a meeting, you have all the nerves, all the worries, you got all this stuff. Go and just spend in the most beautiful place. Nature loves to be appreciated, so it then radiates an energy, and it starts shifting your attitude. Your whole being starts changing. There's scientific proof about when you're in flow, things just happen easier.
Yeah.
Now, I've been doing this for 20 to 30 years, and science is just catching up to what I've been doing. Very successful with the Olympic team, NFL football, Major League Baseball, you name it. And it's just something that I feel like Einstein said, I didn't have a bigger brain, I had a better connection. I find that great connection in nature. And so some of the most brilliant stuff that I've come up with, the things that have impacted thousands of lives, I'd say I was just an instrument that I listened and heard this wisdom that was beyond my wisdom. So I do the game ready to go into nature it kind of puts you in that certain place so that then now you're in that place of gratitude, you're in the place of wonderment, joy. Now you step through the gate into the field. Now, because we all have very different states of mind anytime you go into any kind of competition. So part of what I'm doing too is I can sense where that person is, and sometimes they need to be amped up, sometimes they need to be amped down. And so there's a lot of different emotional states we have. So I'm getting in tune with them during that time. So when we get into the playing field, I'm totally in tune to their energy. And what I'm delivering in that moment is in harmony. And that's why all this magic takes place. Now, my sons, you don't know about this, but I have a son who plays, I have a son who plays professional football, another son who played D1 football, but they're brilliant in business. And they're coming out with what's called Flow Lab. You won't see it right away because they're only working with the top, the gold medalists in the Olympics, the MVPs are going to be using Flow Lab. And it's a game ready, and it's an app that you go in and it actually, you check in and it reads what kind of emotional state you're in. So you get delivered the perfect game ready for your emotional state. It's amazing. The saying is, you'll do greater works than I. I'm saying to my sons, they're doing greater works than I. It's really fun to see them doing this. I've been doing this so long. They used it to become amazing athletes, but now they're using it to become amazing in business.
So Dave, I'm just thinking, I don't know, Lynda, how we're doing on time, if we have any time left or if we're really kind of wrapping it up, because I'd love to ask some questions, but we'll have to ask later probably.
So let's do this. What I want to do is I want to respect, everybody's time, of course. We are at 1:02, but Dave came in a little bit late, and when I know, he spent 2.5 hours trying to get here with us. So we're going to give him a little bit more time. But before we do that, I just really quick wanted to announce our next week's show, which is January 22nd at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK time. And Steven, if you could put up on the screen, we're going to be interviewing a Holocaust survivor. Her name is Dr. Erica Miller, and we're going to be, that's this week's, So bring up Dr. Erica Miller. And she's a Holocaust survivor. We're going to be sharing her story, which is living fearlessly in the here and now. So please make sure you join us next week. If you type in the comments, I don't know, it won't work, so never mind. Just type talk in the comments so you can make sure you hook up with us. But with that, I want to welcome you guys to join us next week. But then let's go ahead. If Dave, if you're okay for another 5 or 10 minutes.
I'm good. Hey, what I went through, I better be. I want to honor one of your listeners asked, what animal is Dave?
Yes.
And if you don't mind, I'll answer that in the way, we actually in our beast training, there's 15 animal principles of life changing. We actually have 37 in the complete program, but you have to go through the first program to get into the other. But I have found that what animal am I today? Do I need? What instinct do I need to pull on? That's why it's so important. So one day I might say, today, I say I'm Co. Who's Co? Well, that is the rhinoceros. I mean, when they start moving, you do not stop them. They are committed. So Co is for commitment. I felt like that's the animal. I was totally in commitment. And I was going to find a way no matter what. And I'll tell you, I only told you half about the issues I had. I didn't tell you about all the issues I had. It was it almost became comical. So I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, one more. Coming out of the big shopping center at the Opryland. I couldn't find my car. I'm like, I have my own car, right? And at home, I can push a button and it beeps, right? No beep. I'm like, what is the deal? I know it was right out here. But, when you're kind of moving fast, you don't pay attention to all the details. I'm going, I can't believe it. And as I'm walking, that's right when my laptop goes dead. I'm like, wow. And I finally, what I did is I had a phone that I could open the trunk. So then, I looked around for an open trunk. Oh, wait, that's a rental car. So there's other aspects to doing it, but so that's why I am the guy that is Co today. I'm the guy that was so committed that I wasn't going to be stopped no matter what. And so you have different animals at different times. And I have a pitcher who pitches for the Boston Red Sox. He says, man, I take the whole farm out with me onto the mound because each moment there might be one that I need to pull on. Because every principle, the key to the Beast program, the reason it's so successful is that when you learn them, then when you're in a particular situation, you don't have to think. You say the word and your body now reacts to it. Less thinking, the more you act in it, the better results you're going to have. And that's been the key. And I have to really say Roger Anthony was the master of that. Roger and I met in 2006. He was incredible. He brought the animals into something I've been coaching with all these star athletes for years, and it just changed everything. And so, as you know, we don't just work with athletes. We work with many businesses. In fact, I probably do more businesses than I do athletes. I still do athletes. Like when I leave here, I'll be with the World Cup folks. So you don't know this, Mary, but the ones that in the bobsled team, they go this weekend. Before 2 years in that, which is February 1st. So I'll be with the U.S. team when I get back this week and watch these gals. If you saw my Facebook Live last week, they were already here practicing. I had them over for dinner. They go 90 miles an hour face down. That's kind of crazy. Whoa. Very committed.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's all I can say. That's a crazy sport.
It is.
That is.
They're trying to
for
get
sure.
people on it. After seeing them, I'm going like, I value my life too much at this point. I don't think, when I was younger, I think I could handle it. I know now I'm just, I'll watch. I'll coach.
That's funny because Ruben Gonzalez, he on the bobsled team, right? I think he's in his 50s or something doing bobsled. Like, whoa, craziness. Anita, you had a question.
There's so many different topics that just came through that now I'm having I was actually going to talk about a couple things earlier on because you shared so many different areas that really piqued my interest. But one of them, when you were talking in the beginning, you were sharing, what you did for the military, what you're doing for the military. I want to thank you so much for that because, we thank I thank the military all day long for their service, but I think about that transition and it really, it touches my heart to know that there's someone there that is going to help them go from where they are to where they need to be in the manner that you're putting it together, because it takes the right kind of heart with the right kind of fortitude to make that happen. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for that.
Well, it's just in me. My dad was a Navy chaplain. So I watched, and lived that life growing up. In fact, my dad led the charge at Iwo Jima without a weapon, with just a Bible and communion. He wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to come in after the beaches was cleared, but he was that guy that, was always out in front. And we asked Dad, why? He goes, because that's where I was needed most. And those words are so powerful for me. And I hear those words of where am I needed most. And so knowing the success I've had with the Beast training, with businesses, with athletes, it was such a gift for me to start working with the military. And, I'm really, really honored that they just latched onto it. The Pentagon and the Navy SEALs, Army Rangers. And I don't want to just exclude everyone because now this program is for everyone, but I did a lot of work with Navy SEALs and Army Rangers, kind of the special ops. But now this transitional piece, I get emotional. I mean, you're talking and it's starting to, I got to keep the emotion in because I just am so honored that I've chosen to take this and have something that will change your lives. And that's a big part of my life right now. And I'm just, all I can be is grateful that I have, like what I did today to get on this show. I've been that way for years. The first time I went and worked with the military, I went on this is years ago, on a destroyer on the way to the Middle East. And the captain of the ship asked me to come on. I had done something at the Pro Bowl, and he knew about it. We just happened to be sitting next to each other on a flight back, and goes, "Will you come in? We're about ready to go to the Middle East." I went, "Are you kidding? I will be there in a heartbeat." I got there. This was really funny. I got there. I started walking up the plank. I started, tears just started running down my cheek. Oh, well, I'll be careful now, because it brought a memory back to when my dad went to sea. My dad had been gone for 9 months. And that day that he came back, or the day he left, was a very emotional time. Sure. So for me now to be able to, the USO now is having me work with the families too, because I understand what it's like. And so, thank you.
Well, it takes a leader that coins the word beast mode to work with people out there that are always in beast mode. So like I said, I wanted to say thank you to that and all that you do. Also, we were talking about Mary mentioned the gate and the whole connection with energy. And I just wanted to chime in there so badly, but I also wanted to listen because I was loving what you were saying. But I was thinking of the fact of the empty nesters, also people that are having children and they're so busy with their kids and then the kids and the kids and the kids for 20 some years. And then all of a sudden, or 30, whatever, they're gone. They're up and gone. And gone means they're in their own world, in their own life. And so that routine that they would have on a daily basis is gone. And so what do you do next? What now? And you now look at each other as husband and wife, or, wherever your situation is, as an individual. To not have something already in play may be a disservice for the functionality of who we are as, we're still growing up. I don't know if we're ever done growing up. I don't think your mom's done growing up, Dave.
Yeah, if she is, she'll be gone. If I ever,
right, she's gonna grow up. So that'll be the next thing later on, So
that'll be the end. But I'm liking being a child in many aspects,
Me too.
And when I work with anyone, what we do is we design your life. Most people live their life by circumstance rather than by designing it.
Yeah.
And really, when you design it, just
I love that.
And most people say, well, I would love that, but I don't know how. Well, forget the freaking how. I know how to get through.
You got to hashtag that. Forget the freaking how.
Just jump, baby. Just jump. You got it.
I'm writing it down, Dave. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But maybe conditions will be maybe conditions don't change. Maybe conditions, whatever they are conditions. But who you are through any condition, it doesn't matter. I don't want to hear anybody say, well, this happened. Well, if I designed my life and all of a sudden those curves hit, I would look at that and look for the gift in it to still drive me towards my goal rather than, oh, gee. I'll be honest with you, I don't know the gift of today other than I used every bit of it. And if someone takes what I talked about in my experience today that was very frustrating and it moves someone to go, you know what, that's going to make me better, then I'll say, hey, everything I went through today was well worth it.
So what would be the gift that drives you to the goal that you found today and everything you went through?
Okay, before you answer that, I'll just let you guys know that I have 2 dogs and they're starting to go a little bonkers. So if they start to bark, I'm just going to jump out because I have no mute here. So I just want to let you know.
I still think there's gifts to be found. I don't rush these. It's like, when I asked my wife to marry me years ago, I had a big box and she got down to little boxes. Finally, in the very smallest box, there was a ring. Pretty precious, right? I had to go through a lot of boxes to get to that little box. Sometimes when I have challenging things, the way I look at things is, okay, I'll just open another box, and it gets down to, and all of a sudden I go, wow, I would have never seen that. I would have never done this if this hadn't happened, right? So I'm in the middle of it right now, so I don't even have to think about it. I just know that I got here. I'm grateful that I made it. I'm grateful that, now I'll go to tonight, even without a phone, I'll figure a way to find this restaurant that I have to go to. It'll be a little bit of a challenge, but I will make it. And why did this phone go away? I can either have 2 choices, just to be wallow in the, I hate this. But who am I in that? It's happened. I can't do anything about it now. So I need to go, it happened. Now take action. What's the best action? Probably when I get off this call, I'm going to buy a new phone. Yeah, that's expensive, but I live on my phone, and it's what it is. But otherwise, I just go, I can't believe this. No, it happened.
It's I think it's become an appendage for all of us. If we don't have our phone, we really can't do a whole lot. I mean, we try to unplug, but this is what we operate with. It's our business and our phone.
My whole business is. The only thing I'm a little concerned, because I kind of move quickly, is please have all my contacts backed up. Because I wouldn't know how to get a hold of them again. I have, but some of my contacts are people that are, very well known. And it's not easy to come by to get their personal cells and cell numbers. And so please.
Hopefully they're all in the cloud. I've learned about that cloud being so special that if when you lose information, even on a laptop, if you lose information or you're switching from phone to phone, that if you've got that cloud, that your life is saved. So I will hope that I will pray also that all of your contacts.
But I'm sure there's a gift somewhere in it if it doesn't, It is what it is.
It's a good attitude. It's a very good attitude.
I'm sure I'll be back. Well, Apple's pretty good about backing up, so I'm sure you'll have it all. Yeah.
So I want to thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to go ahead and end the show now, so Dave can get on his way. And
thanks,
congratulations
Dave.
on all these amazing things you're doing.
I can bring it back to my hotel. Oil nowadays? Oh no, I'm in a Verizon. I'll buy it here. I'll find my way back.
You know what? You can't even call an Uber because you don't have your phone.
That's right. Oh my gosh, right. Oh wow.
I mean, with the things we take advantage of, like we're just like really, really like our phones. It's like everything's on there and it's just crazy. But Dave, I do want to thank you so much for being here. And again, for your diligence, like in just, making it happen and that perseverance. And I'm hoping to see you really soon. Hopefully I'll see you at one of the events coming up, the next couple months around here.
I'll be speaking at the one at the, LA, the big one. I'll be there for that.
Oh, cool. I'll be there. I'll see you there for sure. And then next week, you guys, tune in as we're interviewing Holocaust survivor, Dr. Erica Miller. We're going to talk about living fearlessly in the here and now at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 8 p.m. UK time. Please, again, if you want to connect with any of us here on the show, type the word talk in the comments below. And if you want to connect with Dave, make sure you type talk and you reach out to him. And we look forward to seeing you guys. Oh, if you enjoyed the show, please hit that share button and share this out so other people can get these great golden nuggets that we got from Dave. Talk about perseverance. Dave, oh my gosh, you really, really shared with us how we need to stay in beast mode at all times. So thank you guys so much. You have a great day, and then we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye, guys.